let me tell you about auditions. Yes, and again, I was like, I could write a book about auditions.
I think you should. I really do.
Or at least like a 10-part what to do and not to do from the perspective of the accompanist. Funny, because when I started doing auditions, never again did I ever stop to think, what does doing auditions require? What does it require of me? It was like, do you play piano? Yes, good, you're in. Is that a skill set I have? I guess I do. I went on a rant on Facebook not too long ago, just got on my soapbox a little bit about auditions and audition piano specifically, because it is a very specific skill set that requires something very specific of you that is not necessarily just, I play the piano. Like just playing the piano does not equate to being an audition pianist. It is a different world. It requires a different skill set, a bunch of different things. And it's okay to say, no, that's not the gig for me if that's not what you do. The horror stories break my heart from the actors who tell me I hear it time and time again, more often than not, of just their auditions being butchered or just not going as they should due to, I'm guessing, maybe it just comes down to diligence on the part of whoever's hiring the right person for the job.
Right.
And because, as you know, an audition pianist is not the same as just like a rehearsal pianist. It requires you to be able to sight read, to adapt quickly, to follow the singer, to listen, to just kind of like, be able to interpret stuff quickly and easily. And it's not easy all the time, but it definitely requires a certain something. And it's not everyone can do that. And that's fine. Right. So I think I think my rant was about, okay to say it's not your gig. Don't take the gig if you just can't do that. Know if you can do that or not. And also, people who are hiring, you need to ask more questions, do a little bit more diligence and do research. There should never be a reason where an actor goes in and has a bad audition. If you're hiring the right person, that shouldn't happen. That's their job. I mean, the praise I get and like the nice comments are amazing. And I sometimes wonder, but that's my job, isn't it? Like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Isn't that the bare minimum of what I'm hired to do? I mean, thank you, I appreciate it, but like,
there's a quality that you have that I cannot describe. But when I would walk into an audition, I'd see you at the piano. I go, okay, at least I know someone is on my side in a sense. You just have a very positive vibe because auditions are so stressful, right? And there's this stoic panel. And you're just this kind of impartial third party, just I'm going to play whatever and let's do this and good luck.
I want you to be able to, the actor to not have to worry about the music side. It's going to be like you've done 100 times in theory. I got your back.
I had a bad face of trying out songs. It was terrible. I did myself terrible advice.
I'll get to that point in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got your back. Don't worry about what I'm doing. It's time for you to perform your best work, for you to show off. You shouldn't have to worry about what's happening over here. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I've had bad auditions. Like, oh yeah, but being able to get across a sense of comfort to the actor, so that they can feel relaxed and do the work without having to wonder, or without having to leave the audition going, oh my God. Some of the stories I've heard over what should be considered standard audition repertoire for a accompanist, right? Like basic stuff, like songs from Greece and like, people butchering that. I'm like, how? That should be standard stuff, which means maybe that's not your gig.
Right.
Maybe the job for you is where you have to learn the music, and that's fine. So, producers, please hire accordingly. Don't do this to your actors. It just means ask the question. Ask the people, hey, have you ever done auditions before? Do you know what that's involved? Here, so I read this music, And the second part about my rant, while I'm still on my soapbox.
I love the rant.
was what you were saying, is about the actor's preparedness side, I guess. And the bad habit of, one, choosing songs you've never sung before for your audition, or a song you learned the day before.
But here's the problem I have. Because there's certain musicals that everyone's going to do the exact same piece because this is so perfect for it that I go, I don't want to be compared to someone else that just sang it in before me, because I've had that happen so many times. The person right before me sings and then you have that backup song and you go, I didn't want to use this, but that girl killed it in there and I can't hit the note the way she did. So It's so hard.
I get it. I mean, we never ever judge the person based on the one that just came before. And I get it, right? It's so hard when you hear the person just saying your song, which does run the risk of happening when there's popular songs that are of the season. Here's another personal opinion about audition song choices, and it's not necessarily a popular opinion. Not everyone agrees with this. My belief is there is no wrong song choice. There are some people who are like, never sing this song, never do these artists, never sing this thing. First of all, the idea of like never sing Sondheim or like Jason Robert Brown, that's BS, because again, as the accompanist, it is your job to be able to play what's in front of you or simplify it enough to like their music didn't come out yesterday. It's been out for decades. Like you need to, this is part of the lexicon of music theater. So that's fair game, Sondheim and Jared. But I mean, really, unless there's no callbacks, the point of the audition is to just get a callback, just to get the callback. Yeah. Within 10 seconds of somebody singing, you can tell if they're right for the show. If you could nail Happy Birthday, I don't care. It doesn't matter what song you sing. What matters is if you can nail the song, if you're so comfortable with it, if you can act the song, it's a song that evokes what the show is trying to come across. Is obviously, you know, if you're trying to do a tragedy, you don't want to like sing like a really up-tempo silly song. Like there's this context, but whatever song you do most and you feel most comfortable at, which is again, now is not the time to learn something new. Now's the time to do the song you can nail and you know 100%. That's all you have to do. It doesn't matter what song it is. Sing On My Own. Sing Les Mis. Who cares? Within 10 seconds, I'll be able to tell you if you've earned a callback. There is no wrong choice. Pick whatever song you want to sing. I just need to hear your voice. I need to hear if you can act and if you can interpret a song. The callback is where we'll get the material to and we'll figure out what you can do. But it's like the stress of never sing this song, be careful with this song, only sing this song, don't sing this artist. Like, sing whatever. I've cast people who sung like Oh Canada and people who've come in singing, you know, Defying Gravity. Like, it's all across the board. There's no rule about what song you could do, right?
So when they sing Oh Canada, did everyone on the panel feel the need to stand up and be patriotic? How did that go?
No, I think we cut them off after like 2 seconds. They were like, "Oh, okay, thanks, sir. You're good." Yeah. See, and that's the thing too. Is if you sit on the other side of the panel, you do realize pretty quickly if they're right for the show. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't take long to get that out of a very quick, you know, a 30-second song. So maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think there are obviously smarter song choices.
Well, see, as you're saying this, I think, okay, 10 seconds. Well, my goodness, I really need a song that starts off with the first 10 seconds being that note versus, you know, at the end, there's usually that money note and you go, yeah, this is why I'm right for your show. Look at me belt this note. Done.
And see, this is why I'm also more of a fan of when giving audition information out and people like say, I don't like giving a bar amount. Like I need a 32 bar cut or 8 bars. Yeah. I give a time frame, 30 seconds to a minute or whatever, a minute and a half. Because that could then be arranged. Because some people are so strict to the like, if it's 32 bars and it ends at bar 33, they will cut that off. If that's like, guys, it's not. It's like an estimate. Like, come on, like it's not. But some people think no, if it's more than what they say, then it's going to be cut off. So give me a minute of a song, whatever minute you want.
I love that you're saying that. I remember again the 32 bars, and I had something maybe 34. And I'm like,
and you're like, well, they're gonna.
I was so scared, and I think they played. I'm like, oh, they didn't count them. Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they just gonna stop when is the guy just gonna stop playing at the end of the 32 bars? And it's like maybe in some places, yeah, they certainly would, and they would cut you off, and they're really strict. Where I'd rather just say sing 30 seconds of the song of your choice that evokes the role you're coming for. I'll never forget, and I'm not gonna name names. Music directing a show, and it's not a comedy. It's a drama. It's a heavy show. It's a long show. And the characters are not comedy at all. And somebody auditioned for one of the leads with "You are the Christ, you are the great Jesus." And like, so in the 30 seconds, 2-minute audition, I have to try to decide if I can see you in the role of the character you're auditioning for, while you're singing a da, 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 like, okay, well maybe you did a great job of it, but like. Maybe that's not the best choice in a really short audition to try to get across to me what role you're going for, you know? So that's where I come to like wrong song choice, you know, but not wrong, but just not appropriate for what you're trying to do. It doesn't get you the call back then where I can give you the material to see. That doesn't earn, like, you know what I mean? That's just doing your diligence. Did you think ahead, sir, about what role you're auditioning for? What that role is? What maybe we want to see? You know. But at the end of the day, I say sing the songs that you should pick the songs you're absolutely most comfortable with, that you can nail, that you sing the best, that you've sung 1,000 times before, because you have 2 to 5 minutes to impress people you've never met when you're up against the world, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's my personal opinion on songs. No wrong song choice. Just, smarter choices.